Alright. What's going on, chat? Hope everyone's doing well. Whoa! Rudy coming in. Is that check marks? I believe. I'm not super familiar with all the international currencies, but thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Let's adjust the music here. Rudy RW coming in. Hello and have some change. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Sorry, I just ran all the way downstairs. Crowns. Okay, that's what it is. Check crowns. Is that what it's called? Or is it just crowns? All right. Whew. I'm out of breath. I ran down to the basement because I forgot I had ventilation on for my airbrush. I was airbrushing earlier. All right. First off, chat, I hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate everyone tuning in. My room is still a little bit of a mess, but we're almost there. I'll show you guys. We got some new furniture and some new storage and stuff like that. So I got my desk set up pretty nicely and my music equipment. I got my fly tying equipment. These are the old storage things behind me. These are going to go because I got some new furniture. And all of my minis that are sitting on my desk here, I got some minis there. I got more minis, more terrain, all that on my gaming table. That's going to go into a glass cabinet, double door glass cabinet. So I can put all my minis away without them getting covered in dust, which is like the biggest thing that I have an issue. So I have all my minis in boxes and boxes and boxes and totes and containers, Warhammer armies and one-page rules, Trench Crusade, Bolt Action, Conflict. I got to put all this stuff away. So that's really where a lot of room is being taken up, and as well as terrain, so we can store the terrain. So I'm going to need to get more storage, though, like more shelves and stuff for the room and try and get the place set up. But in the meantime, I'm slowly getting, not only I have to clean this table off every time I film a battle report, so it's a pain. But this room is not very big, and I have 35 years worth of crap in it. So, but that being said, here I'll show you guys real quick what I did. I got the monitor stands for the computer, so you can see. I got so I can kind of move them around, do what I need to. This freed up a ton of space here on my desk because I have my mixer here. This is how my audio is set up because we used to play guitar streams, so you can see my amp back there, my torpedo and everything. But I got these suckers here, these for my studio monitors for when I mix the backing tracks and stuff. I got the stands for the speakers, so we freed up a ton of space on the actual desk, giving me a lot more room. And then over here, I got to get a new AC because this shit's not working anymore, but I got these storage bins for all my fly tying material. So you can see it's got all my fly tying stuff. So that helped freed up some space and some room. Next thing is the shelf up back here that's always in the battle reports is going to be replaced with a double door glass thing, and all the terrain, all the minis can go in there. It's going to be a lot more room I'll have freed up, so it's nice. So, alright, with that being said, it is hot as hell. I don't have an AC unit right now, but it's okay. We're just going to cook. I was going to wait till it got darker, but I know some of you folks in the EU don't normally get to catch the stream, so I wanted to start earlier. And luckily today's not super hot, so I was like, let's do it. That being said, we got some fun stuff that we're going to be doing. We have a new game we're going to be getting into here on the channel, and it's a pretty low cost of entry game to get into. And I'm excited to play it, and that's going to be Gaslands Refueled. So I'll actually grab the book real quick. But we got ourselves some Matchbox here. Yo, Ed, what's going on? How's it going, man? So we have Gaslands right here, which we just got recently. Yeah, I was thinking about you, Rudy, and some other folks are like, damn, I missed it. Turn up our ISO. There we go. So Gaslands. This is a very cool game that you take Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars, you glue a bunch of guns on them and stuff, and there's a whole driving mechanic. So there's shift dice, and there's templates for movement, whether you want to do a short straightaway, a long straightaway, a gentle turn, or a gentle shift, a turn. You want a hairpin, swerve. There's all these movements you can do. So Rev printed up some templates for us. I'll show you the templates just so you can get an idea. So these are kind of like the templates that can show, like, you can veer, you can go straight, you know, and long, short, medium. They got all these movements that you can do. And for the cars, it's very simple. Like an army is either anywhere from 25 to like 100 cans or something like that. And the way it is, they recommend starting off with a 50 can or point army. So what I did is that ended up being like a buggy, a truck, and a car, or like 2 cars and a buggy or something. So we'll just look real quick. Where is it? Here we go. So they got the basic vehicle types. You got buggies, which are lightweight, and the thing is, like, max gear. The higher gear you're in, the more activations you can take in a turn. So it took me a couple times to read it, but it seems like the rules are very, very simple. Like, very simple rules. And so the idea is I kind of put 2 lists together with just some basic stuff. I want to show you real quick, too. They have different like sponsors to give you even more special rules if you want. They have different what do you call it, missions. Let's see, can I find the race one or the poll? Here we go. Or like death race. So you set up these tracks where there's gates. So you have to go through gate 1, and then you come around gate 2, and there's the finish line, or something, vice versa. So you set up these like little tracks, and the simple game mode is like racing, and you try and shoot each other as you do it. So there's tons of different game modes. There's like a kill truck game mode, which is like Mad Max, where there's these giant war rigs that you have to try and defeat and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of cool stuff in here, and it's very simple to get into. You just get some Matchbox cars or some Hot Wheel cars. You glue some bits and bobs on there, and you paint them. Maybe we'll put some armor plating and stuff. I got these for $15. So it came with, what do you call it? It came with 15 random Matchbox and like 3 sets of 5. So this one had like Audis and Bentleys and Mini Coopers. This one's like trucks and stuff like that. And this one has just kind of like some Mini Coopers, Volkswagens, there's some Mustangs and whatever. But so I just got some random cars. I already gave 3 to a friend of mine to make an army of his. And then I'm gonna give 3 to Rev, or 3 or 4 to Rev. So what I want to do is I want to build some ones that I think would be cool. I'll probably end up getting some more as well, because I used to go drifting. So I had a Nissan 240SX. Me and Rev both had RX-7s, the FC 3Ss with the 13B rotary motor. So we were really into cars, especially in high school and after high school. For about 10 years or so, we were like going drifting at the track and stuff. Before that, we were all into muscle cars. We were into like Trans Ams and Le Mans and Camaros and GTOs, and so we all had shitty like muscle cars in high school. It's kind of like the perfect sort of thing, and we don't play a game like this where it's like kind of vehicle based and there's templates like that. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I am just saying numbers, but that's what it sounds like when you talk to a car guy if you're not a car guy. I actually was a mechanic for like 7 years or something, or 8 years. So I 3D printed 3 Dishka HMGs for my Soviets, and now I'm painting them. Very cool. Those Dishkas, man, those are some big machine gun looking things, or cannons almost. They still use them today. Gaslands is nearly the opposite in every way possible from my racing game. What racing game do you play? You mean your own racing game or something? If you're wanting to see how to do cars, the Facebook groups and Discord, best for the idea. Oh, there is a Discord? Isn't it an official Discord, or I'll have to join it? I'm part of the Conflict Discord, the Turnip 28 Discord. I'll have to get in touch with the one-page rules or get on the One Page Rules Discord as well, because we're starting to pump out One Page Rules content now too. So, but we're just gonna play it by ear. I'm just gonna try and glue some guns on it. We're gonna glue some like armor plates and stuff. I don't have anything other than just random bits and bobs I have from Warhammer and bolt action kits, and then I have some 3D printed stuff that Rev gave me that's like for like leopard or like for tiger tanks that didn't work out, so we can salvage a lot of that stuff and make armor plating or something, for instance. I do have an idea on a list I want to make. I'm going to make like today we're going to make a list for Rev or something, and then I'm going to make a list. I want to make a video on kit bashing some stuff because I haven't done a video like that in a while. So I want to save 3 of my favorite cars for a video that we're going to do. And I'm thinking it might be like, I do like this I want to use this as like a buggy almost. I do love this Bel Air. This Bel Air is sick. And then maybe we'll find something else to go with it. Because I think it's like a car, a truck. So I can go with a truck as well. We can go with one of the trucks. But either way, we're going to pick 3 cars or around there. We're going to try and kit bash them from start to finish. So it's a racing game that I'm writing nominally for jet bikes, but you could use any model. Okay, very cool. Well, I forgot the name of it. I downloaded it recently, but I used to play one of those games on PC, but I think they had them on PS, the original PlayStation. But it was like that up in like skyscrapers, but you're up on the tracks and you're riding these like hover cars and stuff and you're racing with them. I downloaded it to play it and I was like, yeah, okay, now that's a nostalgia thing. It's definitely not. It's like Wipeout, but there's a different one. I don't think I had Wipeout. I think I had another one. I downloaded it. I forgot what the name of it is. All right, so let's pick some cars here. We got an Audi 2020 Audi TT RS Coupe. We got a Bentley station wagon. We have 2 Mini Coopers they seem to have given us. So we do have Mini Coopers. This is a M5 police vehicle. I want to save the Bel Air, a buggy and a truck. So we got a buggy, we got a Volkswagen Beetle, a Mustang convertible, and we got a couple trucks. So what are you guys liking out of these that we should start off with? I'm thinking I kind of like the Bentley station wagon. That seems like a cool fighting vehicle. I do want to do the buggy as well. This buggy here. Or maybe I save that one for the video. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to do a truck and maybe like a couple cars or something like that. So I think let's grab the Bentley. This Bentley looks pretty cool. Bentley station wagon. This looks like a good platform for like a minigun or some sort of cool gun on the front. I want to try and build. I have a couple lists, but I'm just gonna I'll pull out my phone. I know like 50 cans, we're going to have like one vehicle with like a minigun maybe or something, or a machine gun. We're going to have like a vehicle with a ram, maybe a harpoon, and then we'll have another vehicle with like a handgun or something or whatever. There's multiple ways you can do it, but I'm liking this Bentley. We do need a truck. Let's pick a truck. I think it's cool to have like... We're going to start out with our first game. I want to like keep it somewhat even, so we're all gonna have like, it'll be a truck, a car, and a buggy or something. So we got like a somewhat larger, this could be a good platform for like a giant gun or something. But let's take this sucker and let's take, I guess we'll use the jumbo ones. These guys are kind of big. Let's use this blue one. Yeah, we'll use the blue one. And I'll grab another car here. You know what? Let's use a Mini Cooper convertible. Because we got like 3 of them or something. So let's grab a Mini Cooper too. Alright, this is what we're playing with. I actually have in my shopping cart an S13 240SX, an RX-7, and I forgot one more car that I was interested in. What do you call it? Cars that I actually would think that I want to build in Gaslands. This was just like random stuff we got. Okay, so we got some bits and bobs. Let me grab my phone here. I have a new recruit. And on the new recruit, I have a list put together. So let's see what we got here. Just give me a sec. Go to Gaslands, go to lists. While it's loading. All right. So we got a list here. Let's see what we got. There's 50 cans. We got one buggy. I guess we could always use this kind of as like a buggy, I guess. You know what I mean? Throw a little roll cage in it or something. Though we could make it a car. We could always build a list. You know what? Let's build a new list. Let's build a new list. We're going to go... Okay. So what do we got here? Let's do a truck to start off. This is a heavy truck. We're just going to play it as a regular truck, though, I think. Because a heavy truck is 25 cans. That's half of our 50 points. So we got a truck, and then I guess we got... We'll just do 2 cars. I mean, we could use that. What do you think? Would this pass as a buggy if we throw a little roll cage on it? Because it's smaller than normal cars. I think we'll use it as a... we could use it as a buggy. I'm okay with it. And a car. Okay. So, let's see what we got. We got 33 cans. So, we need to fill that out. Because these have no weapons or anything. So, let's go to the truck. Or let's see what we got. Let's go to buggy. We'll go to weapons. So, we got all these different options. We're going to keep it simple. Machine gun with 2 cans might be nice. Or we could always go with like a pistol, which is free. And I think that's maybe what we do. There's also, what is there? Submachine guns. You know what? We're going to go with a machine gun, I think. I like a machine gun for 2 cans. I think it's like 2d6 attack. We'll just kind of see where we end up, because I do want to add like armor upgrades and stuff. For the car, or the Bentley station wagon, let's go ahead and throw... What would be a good gun for this thing? I kind of want to put like a minigun on it, but it's kind of expensive. Some of these things you can't technically use unless you're... I guess if you're playing the base one, you can. We got a heavy machine. You know, screw it. I'm going for the minigun. That sounds cool. And that leaves us with 10 cans left. Oof. So what can we put on here? Harpoon? I don't know. How would we kit bash a harpoon, though? I guess we could. Alright, we're doing it. We're going... Well, harpoon is 2. What else is 2? Also, certain things take up a certain amount of build slots, so you have to think about that. You might only be able to fit certain weapons on there. Let's go with a ram. I definitely want a ram on this thing. A ram is 4 cans. That leaves us with 6. So let's just go with... Maybe we just go with like a pistol for this guy in the truck. A harpoon, we could go with a harpoon. I kind of want to, and I will. Because that sounds fun. Like harpoon somebody with this thing and then ram them. You know what I mean? That sounds pretty cool. The car has a minigun on the front. Let's see if we can throw armor on it. Armor's 4. What do we have left? 4? Yeah, I got 4 left. Alright, we're putting armor on the car, and the buggy's getting nothing. It's a buggy. So we're going to go armor plating. And that should give us exactly 50 cans. So we got a buggy with a machine gun we have to do. So that's going to be simple enough. I might build there is an upgrade for a roll cage. I don't know if I'm actually going to... I kind of want to build one even if I don't use it, just because I think it looks cooler to sell the buggy look, if you will, or something. Or, you know, whatever. It just kind of... I think you should build the cars the way you think they look cool, and then you can play them however. But I am going to try and build these as they have, like, the right equipment, if you will. This car here is going to have armor plating, and it's going to have a minigun. But you'll see where we're going to get the minigun. I have an old Gladiator Reaper kit from Warhammer we're going to use. And this thing, we need to build a harpoon gun for the top. or in the front, and we're going to build a ram for it. This kind of has the perfect platform to build a ram, though, I think. Okay. That's easy enough. So we need to find a machine gun, if you will, and probably a person, because this is exposed, right? So unless we cover this up, I guess we could build like a little armor box so we don't really have to deal with it. And then maybe glue a machine gun to the front of it, for instance. Let me grab some kit bashing components here. I guess we'll take a look. I got some Warhammer Space Marine Scout bits that might be nice for a machine gun. Yo, what's going on, Legion? I showed my fly tie in chat here. I think it was what? Grandfather's fly box? Alright. So here's the minigun. Beautiful. That's perfect. There's even a little like turret mount for us potentially to put on something. But we'll probably kind of just kit bash a little thing for it. So this is going to be our minigun right here, which is nice. We got that handled. We need a machine gun. So let's see, is there a gun that we could take from the Space Marine kit? Scout kit? Is there a loose gun, or do they all have hands? We could always cut one off. Oh, here we go. There's a Space Marine bolter. That kind of looks like it would fit. How would we set it up, though? I got an idea. Oh, I got an idea. Yeah. I think that'll work. We can use that. It's just like a bolt rifle or something. That's good. And then we need to make a harpoon gun, which I guess we could always salvage another gun from something else. I think I have these tank kits. There's got to be something that we could build a harpoon gun. Yeah, I'm seeing some stuff here. Yeah, Rev gave me this. All right, have fun putting together a Tiger tank for bolt action. I'm like, what the hell is this? There's like rivets. I'm like, dude, if you could find me a single piece one, that would be great. But now we have a bunch of cool stuff to kit bash with, so that's fine. There's no way I'm putting this together. I mean, just look at all of the crap in there. He's like, yeah, put that together. I just laughed at him. I was like, don't even... No way in hell I'm doing this. Oh yeah, see, this is thin enough we can use this as like armor plating. Look at this. This is perfect. We got to find some more of this. I think he also scaled it down because it was much larger, and that's the reason why some of these things are so thin. So it actually worked out pretty good for us. Oh, I got a cable? Yeah. I already have a plan for what we're going to do with that Space Marine gun, so you're going to see here in a sec. Okay. So we got a gun for the Mini. We have our minigun here and armor plating there. We have a harpoon gun we need to make, which we have tank bits we can use. Every wargaming kit should have one basic weapon without hands molded on it. Make it a law. True. It should be. It should be the law. Just so there's cool kit bashing, but also like modeling things you can do. They can have it in a hand, or it could be thrown on the ground, or, you know. Can you get off me, bro? There's like a freaking black... Every once in a while, I get a random black ant that climbs up the side of my house, like into my room or something. Motherfucker's just crawling on my leg. It's like one random black ant every once in a while finds his way in. It just wanders around for a while. Must be getting in through my screen or something. Alright, well, I think this could work. I'm just trying to see if there's any other salvageable bits. There's so much little crap in here. That kind of looks... I don't know what it is, but I like it. I want to use it. Oh, it's like a machine gun. A really crappy machine gun. We can use that as, like... We're going to have to make a harpoon gun. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out. We'll probably glue some sort of pointy thing off the front of this turret. Maybe make it look like this is a harpoon that's loaded up in that tank turret or something. We'll figure it out. I also have green stuff. We can do what we want. The other thing I need to think about is like little spikes and things to glue on the outside of the car. Like we got to make it kind of Mad Maxious. So more armor plates, more bits and bobs. Really just little bits and bobs that you can glue onto things. Like spikes off the wheels, you know what I mean? Or like the... where they have the, yeah, like spikes on the hubcaps. Just cool stuff, right? Different possibilities or ideas. Yeah, well, look, it's hard enough. I mean, thank God at least Warlord makes the kits easy, you know, to like laid out easily. Some of the Warhammer stuff, it's ridiculous how it's you have to go searching between this around the sprues. All right, so I guess let's get going. Let me get some music going. And we'll start kit fashion. Let's get it. We're gonna do a minigun here. Now I forgot this isn't Warlord, so I have to double check. Are these like just because they're laid out next to each other doesn't mean they work together? But I think this is right. There's also a pretty big ass minigun, but I like it. So that's that. Does this fit together? Oh, it's like very precise. Is this the wrong one? It is the wrong one. That's what I'm saying. They laid them right next to each other. The little tiny blips on the bottom. I feel like there's no reason they... Well, I guess maybe one... I don't know. I'm not going to try and get inside the mind of a dog. Alright? To quote It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's God's work. I mean, is he looking at the open wound on my neck and thinking it's a dog's vagina? I'm not going to try and get inside the mind of a dog. That's God's work. Classic. Why does this seem like it doesn't want to fit together right? There we go. Yeah, they are different. Okay. They just changed the little dots on them a little bit. Help, I'm trapped in this GW hell. I need a scalpel. Scalpel, doctor. What emotional damage? Try New Zealand prices for trauma. $590 for the 11th edition box. Oh my god. What's 11th edition going on US? Let's check. What is F11? Goddamn. I always go full screen by accident. Do they just sell it on their website? They do. 300. What do you get for 300 bucks? You get a decent amount, but as a Blood Angels player, none of this gets me excited. Are those veteran? Are those the new replacement to the old Vanguard vets? Or are these just jump pack intercessors? Because I have all this shit already, except for that. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of land speeders or whatever those things are. But every other Blood Angels kit I've ever bought in the world has freaking intercessors. So, and they love giving you, what are these, Eradicate? Or not, are these, no, what's the name of the big Gravis armor dudes with the aggressors? They love giving you aggressors. Those are Vanguard vets? Gotcha. Oh, there's some cool stuff in there, man. As an Orcs play, I also play Orcs. This looks sick. But, yeah, I'm not getting that. No, thank you. I already have this, essentially. I don't have some of these, like this, but I have a whole 3D printed Orc army, and then I have my Blood Angels army, so. There's, like, a couple unique stuff that's cool, I guess, right? Like some of these characters. But I think if you already have like an army, you probably don't need most of this stuff. I guess maybe boys. There might be some new boys, which is nice for orcs players and stuff. But if you're a Blood Angels player, you don't need any of this stuff, right? They're Eradicators. Gotcha. Yeah, dude. Well, I tell you what, we haven't been motivated to play play Warhammer after I made a video on nobody watched for our 10th edition games. Rev still plays every once in a while with our friend Chris, who was on a couple battle reports, but I'm more in like I want to play one-page rules or conflict. I'd rather play bolt action, you know what I mean? Or like Turnip, we've been having fun with. So we're actually going to try out the 40k sized one-page rules tomorrow. So the next battle report that's coming out next week or early next week is going to be Grimdark Future Firefight one-page rules with bolt action World War II versus 40k orcs, which is going to be sick. That's the skirmish game. We filmed that a couple days ago, and I'm editing it now. Then we have a conflict game that we filmed last week, which is the U.S. versus Axis. That'll be coming out either later in the week or next week. And then tomorrow we're filming Grimdark Future, which is the full-sized one-page rules game equivalent to 40k. And we've never played that full-size. We've only played the skirmish. So we're going to try 2,000 points of Guard versus Human Defense versus 2,000 points of Lust Brothers, a.k.a. the Emperor's Children. What is an intercessor? Is it some kind of stall trooping? No, think of him as, what do you call it? A green, basic infantry. Yeah. The first time they get shot at, they might run off the board. Alright. We're gonna, see. Oh, dude, the minigun comes out of the sunroof. Hell yeah. Now, here's the thing. Do I need to, like, sand this thing first? Is this, like, paint on here going to be an issue? Either way, we're going to super glue the shit out of everything. And I'm going to use, like, some pretty heavy-duty black spray paint. Not, like, miniature paint. So I think it'll be, it's, like, almost self-etching in a way. I think we'll be okay to just spray paint it. But I'm not certain. Does anyone here, is there, if you guys have gas landed and have you messed with these matchboxes, is it okay to just start gluing this sucker up and then hit it with a hit it with a good primer, and then I'm good to go? Because I don't want the paint to be, like, rubbing off or something, you know? Because it's pretty, like, slick. It's got, like, a freaking powder coat on it, like it's a real car almost or something. At least is what it feels like, you know? Okay. So we also need armor plating. So how are we going to do armor plating? I guess we can just cut this up into bits and then glue it and bend it to the shape. We probably want plating around the windows, some sort of armor slats on the windshield. So let's do that. Let's start just kind of cutting chunks of armor and breaking it and gluing it and stuff. We want to make it look like it's like a Mad Max / orc, you know what I mean? Style. Oh, we even got, this is actually kind of perfect. We even got some like really thin pieces of FDM stuff that was kind of like junk that's in there, and that'll actually work good. What about something like this? What would this be used for? If anything. Maybe some sort of back armor. We could just glue it on there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Inexperienced Space Marines versus veteran assault frames. There you go. Twisted Metal. Hell yeah, this is basically Twisted Metal. Exactly. I actually have... You guys want to listen to the Twisted Metal soundtrack? Let's do it. I saved it for us. I don't know if I'm going to get copy striked. Hopefully not. So I'm not going to play it super loud. Because it's like straight up just metal music. But we'll listen to it. Hopefully I don't get copy striked. I don't think it is, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Hey, we're playing Twisted Metal, you know? Come on, don't copy strike me. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's start gluing some armor to this thing. The minigun we can do up top, that's pretty simple. We're going to get out our super glue, the thick super glue. And I'm just going to start seeing what sort of angles do I have to... Can I like... I kind of like this. Can we just like jam that on there? Oh, we're glued up. I do a lot of commercial fly tying where this bottle stays open for the entire day. And I use this straight from the bottle. So I get these little super glue caps I have to cut off every once in a while. You don't need a real cap if you just make a cap out of super glue every time. Just glue the shit out of it. I just kind of want it just to look like there's just like metal welded and glued to it all over the place, you know? I will say though, playing Twisted Metal, it's like you first pick it up, you almost can't control the car. Because I was playing it recently. But if you play it for a while, you can kind of get the hang of like how to drive it and then just shoot and stuff, you know? But if you try and pick it up and think you're going to play it like it's a modern day like car game, it's absolutely so it's the farthest thing from that when you try and play Twisted Metal nowadays, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Because in my mind, I'm like, I like remember driving it as a kid, and I'm like driving it perfectly, it felt like. And then as an adult, I'm trying to play it. I'm like, how the hell did I play this game? It's ridiculous. Go back and try and play Twisted Metal. The controls are crazy. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. We can make it... Yeah, it's like a metal hood. Yeah. Kind of glue this up. Well, Rocket League, believe me, Rocket League gives you a little bit more control in your movement than something like Twisted Metal, but... Oh, this looks cool. It's like they glued a hood on top of a hood. It's kind of what it looks like. And the minigun's going to go up here. Maybe we could glue little flaps like this to make it look like something opened up. You know what I mean? We got to get some armor on the windows. Probably just some like random... I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the... Maybe cut strips. Maybe I can cut strips. Just gonna let me cut it. It's gonna snap. Now we're good. And again, doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to look like it was cut with an angle grinder haphazardly before a death race. You know what I mean? Kind of committing by putting it directly on the glass, but whatever. This is like, all right, break out the beers and the MIG welder. We got to get ready for the death race. And it's a Friday night and you're getting ready the night before. We've all been there. Your buddy comes over. And you get some more strips on the sides here or something like that. The idea is just to make it look like it was scrap metal kind of welded all over the place, you know what I mean? So what do you guys, is anyone hobbying? What are you guys up to today? You getting ready for a war game on Sunday, or you already did some war gaming this weekend? Got any games coming up? Going out fishing? What are you doing? We still got to work on the fishing game. I just want to get caught up on some hobby stuff, so. But we're going to try and make our own tabletop war game, and it's going to be a fishing tabletop war game. We've already started working on it past couple streams, but I kind of have to just get like a very basics down, and then we can go, because I'm a little overwhelmed. I have a ton of ideas, and we were all coming up with some. I'm like, all right, we got to start somewhere. So I got to work on that at some point, but. And we don't want this harpoon to be massive, do we? So we could probably break this off and save this. What I've learned is the more things you glue on something, the better it looks. Because, especially at a smaller scale, you can get a lot of detail out of just gluing a bunch of little crap to it. I've learned that with terrain making, and it definitely helps with minis. You can overdo it with minis, but like if we stopped here, yeah, it would look kind of cool. But there's we're gonna go to town on this thing. You know what I mean? We gotta make a grill, some sort of like bumper thing or something. We'll figure it out. Paint and terrain. Nice, nice. Wonder, can we bend this to the shape of the bumper in the front? We probably can. I just don't want to get glue on my hands because there's some glue around. Just kind of bend this like that. Kind of want to make like a little makeshift bumper ram thing on here. Oh, that looks cool. I kind of want it like half over the radiator. It's like protecting the radiator grill. Or the radiator. I guess technically protecting the grill. Oh, we could glue some makeshift lights, because I just realized I covered the lights, so we could like make some fake lights on there. I don't have any more miniatures to assemble or paint, but just finished an Infernal Master and a Mulix Vortex piece. Very nice. They were gifts from awesome subscriber Glenn and Commander. Very cool. Very nice. So you're one of those filthy Thousand Sun players. What do you call it? Yo, Cosmic, what's up? Rev plays Guard and Thousand Suns. And I either, every time I played Blood Angels against him, or Orcs, or all the melee armies I love, he would shoot the shit out of them with his Guard before I got there, or he would flamethrower me with Overwatch and kill an entire squad of like Sanguinary Guard with Overwatch with his special Thousand Suns. And I'm like, I hate your armies! I hate them! But I tell you what, that made me a much better wargamer, was Rev beating me over and over and over and over and over again with these shooting armies and this flamethrower heavy army against my melee. It really forced me to become like good at staging and stuff. And then at some point I just started, if my Blood Angels got to his guard, it was over. But I like turned to, I'm like in his base, like murdering Ursula Creed with like what do you call it, with like a 10-man thing of like Death Company, like ah! They're like cutting them all to pieces. So it taught me how to hide behind buildings, you know. But what's going on, Cosmic? And yo, Tiki coming in, yo, round of applause. Thank you, my friend, with the gifted membership going out to Mike the Geek himself. Thank you, fellow Mike. Very nice. Deathwatch primary. Ooh, Deathwatch are cool. I love the Deathwatch paint schemes and stuff. All right, let's keep gluing crap on here. Yo, thank you though, Tiki. How's it going, brother? I hope you're doing well, man. Hope things are going good. Let's see, is there a way we can glue, like, things to the wheels? Nah, it's too big. Okay, we're just going to keep gluing random armor crap. I think we're going to use tank treads on the sides of the body. That seems cool. Thousand Suns are 3.5k, KS not 2.5k, and the Demons 1k. Nice, nice. Yeah, I probably got like 4,000 points of Blood Angels between 3D printed and the official. Official, I have like 2,500 points of like actual GW stuff. Then I have a full Tyranids army, mostly 3D printed, some real. I got a full 3D printed Orcs army. And they're probably both like 3,000 points each. Then I have a generic Space Marine army that I painted white with a lot of my 3D printed Blood Angels. And then I have Chaos Space Marines, which are mostly 3D printed. And then I have Emperor's Children, which are, because I had to start a whole new army after all of my Chaos Space Marine stuff, which was Emperor's Children themed, you couldn't use as Emperor's Children. So I had to 3D print, and because at that point I was like, fuck you, GW, I'm not buying any more crap. 3D print the whole Emperor's Children army with infractors and whatever those things, tormentors or whatever. How do we do this? Can I fold this in half? Oh my god, this is sick. Yes, yes, yes. Give me the front over fenders made out of tank treads. Yes, please. This is also way cheaper than having a real drift car, by the way, in case you're wondering. God, I'm gonna have super glue all over my hands, but whatever. Tank tread over fenders. What's going on, Tiki? How you doing, dude? I tagged you in a post of an octopus fly. Okay. What is this, Instagram or something? Take a look after the stream. What's going on, Camel Eggs? How you doing? I don't know if this is gonna fold for the other side. Oh, there we go. It's like on the point of breaking. Yeah, dude, this thing's looking all sorts of fucking crazy now. I love it. Mad Maxified it. Just a classic Bentley station wagon with a minigun. Eat. You almost can't even tell it's a Bentley anymore. In the front, at least. It's like all fucking crazy. Maybe they should have gone in the back, but that's okay. Oh yeah, maybe something up here. Cosmic must be busy with his new Star Wars Legion box. Ooh, we got Star Wars Legion. I wanted to get in that game, but it seems like the game's like fucking dead. Or like, I didn't know if they were like gonna stop doing anything with it. So the funny thing is we got like Warhammer stuff. Or we got into one-page rules. We went to a local gaming store up the island and we got some Warhammer minis to use for like Age of Sigmar and Warhammer stuff to use for one-page rules. But when we were there, we saw Star Wars Legion. We were going to get into it, but we never did. But I love watching the play on tabletop Star Wars Legion games. I thought it was great. So I always wanted to get into it, but it also is somewhat like heavy on their own game dice and stuff, and there's like cards and stuff. Those sort of games always put me off a little bit. I like games where you could just play with dice and minis, you know, but... I posted it 10 minutes ago. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we gotta get some armor on the sides. Can I just straight up put tank treads on the doors? How do you get in it, though? Maybe you gotta jump through the window or something. That might be a little too much. What can I do in the back? Oh, maybe we can go with the armor. I can mold my own armor. Yeah, we'll probably record Gaslands next week. We have, we're recording One Page Rules tomorrow. We already have a conflict game being edited. And we just got some like terrain crap and stuff to do, but we're going to be playing Gaslands here very soon, so I did want to work on this today. And I think this is fun. This is a fun stream doing this. Oh, these are cool. They're like, I forgot what they call them on like rally cars and stuff. The louvers or something on the side where the air flows through and like cools the brakes. Yeah, we'll put a minigun on it, and then we just gotta maybe on the doors themselves we'll put tank tracks separate. Oh fuck! I just glued the minigun for no reason. I'm just gonna do it. Whatever. Put the glue there. Yeah, dude, if you shot a minigun this big, I mean, that's a minigun. You called out a minigun? Now this is a minigun, mate. Fucking just the size of the car. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You call that a knife? I think I can get away with slapping a plate on here like this. It kind of looks like a door almost. I like the idea that they like cut part of a door off like an old truck or like a Humvee and glued it on here, you know what I mean? You still want to see some bits of the original car underneath, for sure. And then when you paint it, you'll have the texture of the raised stuff off of the original model, right? Let's glue some more bits and bobs on here. There's like little hatches on here. They're like little tank hatches too, so that's nice. This is gonna... So with the little tip, move the like stuff around. Does it want to sit a particular way? That seemed like that wanted to sit that way, so we're gonna move that. Probably what we'll do for the windows, we'll end up just doing like a bar across the windows. You know what I mean? Something like that. I do have a Legion army, just not used it in a bit. I actually had it for a while, just getting around to it. Oh, okay. I forgot Cosmic was in here. What army did you go with, Cosmic? You know what? Can we do window bars right now? Let's do it. Or we'll just do vertical window bars. Or do we? Yeah, because that's easier to. Let me cut these. Do something like this. Okay. And I did end up finally reaching out to Warlord Games. So I started off with the influencer thing or whatever, but then I ended up finding you can like apply for it on their website, so that's what I did. I ended up going through this whole process. I had to make an Instagram account for Mike Rolls Dice. Oh, I forgot to mention, go follow Mike Rolls Dice on Instagram, because I wonder if that will that'll make or break our application to Warlord as a creator, because I have like no Instagram followers. I just made it, but I think I had to like set up a thing and then link my YouTube as well. So I finally got it figured out, because I have like multiple Google accounts and this and that, so it was like a little tricky. I had to figure out what exactly I needed to do, but I think I got it. So we're gonna get these set and good. I really hope I don't get copy strike for this. This sounds like actual band music. This is sick. sick OST. The Twisted Metal one. Can I hold these and clip them? Cool. What can we do for this side? Maybe we'll throw an armor plate. Oh, I gotta do the doors still. This looks like something for a door. Probably want a good amount of armor where the driver is. I would. If I was in the death race. And you want to make the armor to where the door looks like it'll open, right? Alright, well this is definitely turning into something, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm big enough either, Ed, but I had... The only reason I did it is because multiple people in YouTube comments were like, I want to buy stuff from the Warlord website, and I want to use your affiliate code. I'm like, okay, I'll apply it. Then, fine. That was really what pushed me to do it, is because multiple folks are like, why don't you have an affiliate code with War? They're like, you're the reason I'm buying these kits. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just reach out to him then. I'll talk to him. Because it doesn't cost you folks anything, but we can earn a little kickback from Warlord. So that would be nice, because every bit helps making videos for a living and making fishing lures and all that crap. But I was like, I'll reach out to him. We'll see if we can get in touch and at least get things going or start talking to him, because we love Warlord products. We love the games, and we're going to keep making videos on it, so I should reach out to him eventually. I mean, dude, feel free to... I mean, you guys should go to apply on it. If you Google it, you can find it. They have it on their website to apply. You know, the more people that promote their products and games, probably the better for them. Who knows? It might come back. They might just never even respond, for all I know. I've written them multiple emails, and I've had nobody ever get back to me, so... When the game first launched, I tried to get Slammer Samuels, because I think maybe Cosmic or somebody got Slammer on Mordian's stream, because they reached out, and I was like, oh, dude, I forgot who it was, one of the mods, and I was like, okay, I like sent him an email, and never heard back from him, and then just recently I reached out as a creator, because Tiki gave me some contact info, and I didn't hear back from him, but that was just recently, so, but still, you know. And then I just said I'll just apply on their website then or something. Gaslands time. Yes, yes. We're doing it, Jenny. We should all work together and collab. I'm 100% down. Well, we're already going to do that, Ed. But we should get going. I finally got done. If you guys saw how much and how busy I was with my fly tying business, it was ridiculous. I want to do some stuff with Tiki. Yo, Tiki, if you're still here, I would love to set up a Discord call, and I want to make a video where me and Rev just sit down and talk, and I would love to do one where it's like me and you and maybe Rev all in a Discord call, and we're talking about the Japanese and stuff like that. And I think it could be good for a lot of Japanese players, too, if you and Rev, like, sit down and have a for, like, a little bit, you guys could have a conversation about tactics and units and stuff. I would love to do stuff like that. So if you guys and other folks here that make stuff like Ed or Damn Legion, I'm totally down to do collabs and stuff. So me and Ed, we want to play Conflict on Tabletop Simulator, and we're going to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun, and because, you know, there's tons of videos showing people how you can do that with Warhammer. I saw some videos recently with Bolt Action, but I would love to make a video and showing, hey, you can do this with Conflict, and maybe some more people get involved with modding as well, you know? So, there also is the real Bolt Action game that will be, they're working on. We checked out, there were some updates on that recently, but that's going to be a little while, I think. But yeah, I'm totally down. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I have a good amount of time now, so I'm trying to, I I got to get working, though, on my fly tying channel. I haven't almost posted a video in almost 2 months. I'm going to try and pump out a couple videos a week on that channel, and then we're going to do, like, one video here, like a battle report. Maybe a couple of videos a week if we do some topic videos. But if I was really smart, I would just make videos from our discussions during streams like Mordian does, and that's how he's able to pump out so many videos. Not that I'm trying to pump out a bunch, but I do want to make some content like talking about conflict, talking about bolt action, and all that stuff. I do want to make some different types of videos, not just battle reports. I mean, dude, this thing's looking pretty good. I just want maybe some more bits and bobs up top. Now we're looking good. I was playing some TTS with my viewers, so we found a lot of janky bits that I can iron out, and then we'll play it. Yeah, when you, and if you want, we can always do it where we, you know, if you want to do a test run, we don't have to record it. But when you get it to where it's nice and, or, you know, good enough for government work is what I like to say, then we can do something. Because we don't want to showcase it if it's not in a good state, obviously. The whole idea is show people, hey, conflict's a pretty easy game to get into compared to other more expensive and, you know, more popular war games. We don't gotta mention, but a conflict's pretty easy to get into. Don't be daunting. It's not a daunting thing, you know. There's even options for playing online and all that. Looking forward to the next battle report. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm telling you, wait till you see. I took a couple shots of a bolt action World War II regular infantrymen. Some random dude that, what do you call it? Some random dude that, you know, got conscripted or something like that. And next thing you know, he's fighting a 40k orc. And if you look at a 32 millimeter scale orc war boss on a 50 mil base next to a little 28 millimeter bolt action dude, the size difference is freaking hilarious. We were cracking up. When he charged, you'll see he charges his orc war boss into a regular dude. And just like having those two miniatures next to each other is hilarious. But I tell you what, it fits. Like while we were playing, I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like, and I'm trying to figure out, I haven't figured out the story. Is it the humans, like World War II guys, touched an orb somewhere and got sent to 40k, or did the orcs appear in, like, you know, 1942 or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're filming tomorrow, so we have a conflict game after that, US versus Axis. And then we have tomorrow we're filming the 40k sized one-page rules, Grimdark Future, and we've never done that where it's got like 5-man squads, you know, 10-man squads and vehicles. So we're doing that tomorrow with Rev, so that'll be fun. The bases makes more of a difference. Yeah, I mean, dude, even that War Boss Mini is, I mean, the bolt action guy is almost the size of a Gretchen. You know, the Gretchen's a little bit smaller than the bolt action dude. Like, the creep, the size creep, scale creep, or, you know, in size in Warhammer is definitely visible. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anything I can put on the wheels, and I think there's a couple sprockets. Can I, like... I still want to be able to roll it around. That's half the fun of playing Gaslands. It's like... hitting jumps. Woo! Because we're essentially just playing with toys, right? Any hobby is expensive for New Zealand, but shit happens. Yeah, what do you call it? Anything being imported to the island is probably insanely expensive. So, and I'm sure there's probably, you can't get everything made in New Zealand, unfortunately. So do some like fishing or hunting or something. Yeah, but what am I saying? Fishing is not cheap. I've fished my whole life. Fly fishing and spin fishing, it's the farthest thing from cheap. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. I don't know if I really want to mess with the wheels at all. I kind of wish I could put something on the wheels, but there's not really... Maybe glue, like cut a little toothpick, glue it on the inside or something, but that's good enough for now, I think. Oh, the one last thing I want to do is make like... Could I make like lights? Or like make fake lights? I got these little round things. I don't know if that'll look good though if I glue it like here. Nah, it's not gonna look very good. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just leave this. This one's... I'm happy with this one. You're playing the Soviets in K-47 on Thursday? Ooh, very nice. Also played 3 games of Bolt Action. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sheesh. Yeah, we gotta play some Bolt Action. I have Winter Germans, Winter Americans. Rev has Winter Soviets. And he has Africa Campaign Brits. So I want to build an Africa Corps German army, so we can do that. But I have to continue. I still have about like 20-something Bolt Action army dudes I got to paint up, and what do you call it? Yeah. I do want to play some Bolt Action though. It's been a while. I've been kind of feeling it. I'm gonna wait and see if I could see any like Africa Corps stuff on sale. They have a couple little things, but also it's good to look on Amazon because I got my American Army box from Amazon for like almost $100 or something. It was like way cheaper, and that came with my whole like U.S. Army essentially. So I'm gonna look on Amazon and see every once in a while if you can actually look. They'll have the British and like Canadian stuff. I don't know if it doesn't sell. But you can find like a full starter army for the Brits or Canadians for like $80 instead of 160 or something. It's like crazy. You got to take a look. Every once in a while, you'll find a little deal on Amazon with the Bolt Action stuff. It's worth taking a look. But most of the time, I look on the Warlords website because they do end up doing sales. I think they got a D-Day sale right now. And they had a couple Africa Corps stuff. But nothing that I just really want an Africa Corps box. I can always, I always have some other stuff, and I have some tanks and stuff I can use. I could probably get away with some half-tracks. All right. Well, there's our car with a minigun. Kind of butchered it to the high heavens, but that's fine with me. Should I wrap this wire anywhere? No. This looks good. Paint it black, and then maybe do some airbrushing and then dry brushing. Be good to go. Looking forward to my next game. I kit bashed a Macedon. I saw Cosmic's. Well, we saw some of your minis before on Cosmic's post, but I saw Cosmic kit bashed his big like Panzer Walker thing. So I love to see that. What do you call it? You both are like kit bashing cool vehicles. All right. Let's get a little close up. I'm not happy with the window bars, but you know what? That's fine. It's completely fine. You know what? I will do one more thing. Check this out. Maybe we can, if we cut these really thin, we can make it look like thin rebar. Might be able to save the windows if we do that. Let's try this. Let's try this out. We'll take a little, it's like a very thin piece here. Maybe I can do like a rebar. There you go. Not perfect, but just different than what it was. Kind of want a vertical piece right there over the top. Yeah, whatever. Just glue the crap on there. I couldn't get it straight. It's fine. I'm conflict curious and bolt action confirmed. Hell yeah. Well, I tell you what, Bolt Action's a hell of a lot of fun. They're very similar games. It's, do you want like sci-fi and do you want monsters? Otherwise, like, you're virtually playing almost the same game. I mean, you have the added Rift Dice mechanic and the extra abilities, where you don't really have like very many abilities, if at all. There are like some rules with Bolt Action where you'll get like with like Rangers lead the way or stuff like that. You know what I mean? But otherwise, they're virtually the same game when it comes to mechanics and how they play. There are slight differences. But so you'll get a feel if you end up liking Bolt Action, for instance, and you're content with that, you could just play that and be completely happy. Or then you could take it the next step, and if you want to try out Conflict, then you kind of know what you're getting into with Bolt Action, from Bolt Action. And now you're adding the extra mechanics of the abilities and the Rift Dice and things like that. You know what I mean? All right, that's good enough. We just glued a bunch of random crap on there haphazardly, and I'm happy with it. I got super glue all over my hands. Fantastic. It is hot as hell. Whew. Holy hell. It's so hot. Oh, man. All right, let's mix up. What other music we got? Let's switch it. Oh, we're going to take a quick hookah lounge smoke break here. There's just not much of a community for either Bolt Action or K47 yet. Nah, dude, there's a huge community for Bolt Action particularly, because that's been around. I think it's just not as mainstream as 40K. I think 40K is so large that it makes other games that are doing well look like almost like undiscovered or something. But there's whole Bolt Action tournaments. There's a pretty healthy Bolt Action scene in general, even at some like local war game stores and stuff like that. That'll be like one of the other games you'll see that's not a GW product. You know what I mean? Or maybe like you'll see, I'm trying to think of what another one could be. Maybe like Infinity by Corvus Bell or something maybe once in a while. Well, especially probably in New Zealand in general, you know what I mean? You guys are probably, it's even more niche, right? You know? It's probably definitely more mainstream things in general are probably more popular. But, yeah, I was surprised that, like, even though there's not, like, and you have Ministry of Miniatures, you have Cinematic Tabletop, you have Tabletop Command Post, Morty and Glory, all these amazing channels that make Bolt Action content and stuff, and many, many more. But when you think about how many, like, 40K content creators there are in videos and all this stuff, and video games and this and that, it's so much, it's like dwarfs it in comparison. So because I had like seen little bits and pieces of Bolt Action. I saw that, what's that one guy, that Midwinter Minis video where him and like more, or I don't know what happened, but there was like something where he was like gonna feature it but not because it was Germans, and Morty was talking about it. That was like probably one of the first times I heard about Bolt Action, to be honest with you. I knew there was historical wargaming, but I didn't know as much. I've heard the term Bolt Action, but I didn't know. But then we kind of got bored with 10th edition as 10th edition was winding down and last summer. And Rev's like, we should check out Bolt Action. And I'm like, yeah, but it's historical and there's like Germans. I don't want to be the Germans and stuff, you know, USA, USA. And then he's like, yeah, but check out, there's this game Conflict coming. And I was like, this game looks sick. And I was like, okay, so Bolt Action's virtually like the same game. So if we learn Bolt Action first, then we can also use the miniatures in Conflict. I was like, okay, let's learn Bolt Action. And I'm like, okay, this game's sick with the order dice. And you can't measure before. It's just a whole different vibe than Warhammer. And I got over it. I was like, okay, I'm just not going to put SWAT stickers on my Germans. They're not Waffen SS. They're the Wehrmacht, regular army, you know? They're not fanatical jack-offs. But yeah, I love Bolt Action. It's fantastic. I'm so happy that we got into it, man. Hey, y'all, went to first event ever, DICON near St. Louis, K47 last night. Lots of Bolt Action today and tomorrow. Ooh, very nice. Played my first games ever. Was epic. Second place on a triple tiebreaker D6. Holy shit. Wait, so there were like three... was the triple tiebreaker between 3 winners or something, and they rolled a second place on a triple. What's the triple tiebreaker D6? I'm just trying to figure out how that was done, but that's awesome, dude. Congrats. I've yet to go to a Bolt Action or K47 event. There hasn't even been any, I think, on Long Island yet. So who knows? We may need to try and organize something, but in the future, I don't know how we'd go about it. But what do you call it? We've been like thinking about it. That would be something too, where it'd be like it would help if I had like Warlords help, you know, and they could like hook us up with some stuff for like the winners of the of the event or something, you know what I mean, or whatever, for fun. Tied with another guy on wins, victory, and points. And first roll. Oh, okay, gotcha. So you guys were all tied. It was a triple tiebreaker, and they used a D6 to decide what, like a D3. It was like 1-2, you win. 2-3, you win. 5-6, you win, or 3-4. That's hilarious. I'm spoiled in my area. There's a large Bolt Action community. Yeah. There's like 1 or 2 gaming. There's like maybe 3 gaming stores on Long Island. 2 of them are like way too far away, or they're further up north on Long Island. The closest one to us is it's still about a 40-minute drive. So it's still pretty far away. And it's mostly all Warhammer. But Rev was saying there are guys playing, there are guys like there's D&D, there are people playing other war games. I forgot some of the name. There were people playing Blood Bowl, there were people playing Age of Sigmar, 40K. I think 40K is the biggest one. But there was, Battletech and stuff like that, you know. And I think there might have been a couple people playing Bolt Action, but not like, there's no Bolt Action tournaments that I'm aware of. So, or like Conflict. We're definitely going to have to do a Conflict event at some point. You know what I mean? Because if there's not, there are some folks on the island too. I take a look on the Conflict Discord, because we're always looking for new people to come on the channel too, to come play. So, but, there are some folks that play. I just don't know how many people, but just back when you please. Just back when you please. Always remember rule of carnage if you don't understand the rules when playing. So you're saying if you like forget the rules, stick to the rules of carnage? Is that what you're trying to say? Then yes, I agree. Just back when you play, always remember rules of carnage. Rule of carnage if you don't understand the rules when playing. I think I understand what you're saying. If you don't know what you're doing, just smash face. I could be wrong. That's my mentality. That's how I got through most of 10th edition until I learned how to stage my melee properly. But yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick little break here. I'm gonna go grab another drink and hit the hookah lounge real quick. Even I know the rule of carnage. You guys are so cool. You know the rule of carnage. All right. Damn it, I don't. I mean, of course I know what the rule of carnage is. You fool! What do you mean? You think I don't know what the rule of carnage is? Of course, I have a wargaming channel. Of course I know what the rule of carnage is. Everyone, I have a shirt that says rule of carnage. It means if you don't agree what the rules are supposed to mean, just go with the most carnagey option. Ah, you're talking about the Carnegie option, modeled after the guy who made Carnegie Hall. Yes, the famous wargaming technique. The St. Louis area seems to have a good community. It's a bit of a drive for me, but good dudes. I also forgot I have a full webcam I could have been using this whole time. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I bet you if we put an event for Bolt Action and Warhammer, maybe we did it both in one day, and there was a Bolt Action event happening on one side, and there was a Conflict event happening on the other side, I bet you we could do it. I bet you we could find enough people. So, between both games here on Long Island. That's something we'll look into in the future. Because I don't even know, we would have to like rent a space. We would have to rent a space for it. I don't even think the local gaming store has enough places. They only have like 4 gaming tables. We would need like a ton of area for it. Go for it, painting. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, chat. We're going to take a quick little break. We got ourselves a Bentley station wagon with a minigun on top. Looking good, looking good. We still need to make a rammed harpoon gun equipped truck and a Mini Cooper with a machine gun attached to it. We're gonna do the truck next because the Mini Cooper sucks. But yeah, so we're gonna try and build a ram. I'm thinking we're probably gonna build a ram with these tank treads, something like this, and then we're gonna build a harpoon gun on top of this. Like that. So we'll figure it out when we get back. And maybe build armor plate in here. We'll probably have a dude. I need to find a little dude to stick back there. That's the issue. Maybe we'll build a little armor. So you can always build an armor box, so we don't need to worry about the actual guys inside, right? All right, we're going to take a quick little break here. I don't have any cool like videos put together for you guys. I got to make a video of just cool slow-mo shots from all of our battle reports. But I don't have that, but we got a little slideshow with the chat. So I'll be back in just a second, chat. I'm just going to grab a drink, stretch your legs if it's been a little bit. And when I get back here, we're going to mod up this truck. So I appreciate everyone hanging out. All right, we'll be back in a second, chat. Okay, I was muted. They do have an excavator slash digging arm option. That is a separate weapon upgrade. But one thing I didn't mention is whatever the facing of your weapon, that's the direction it can only shoot. And your car can't shoot in any direction. It's like old school 40K where it can only shoot in the direction that it's facing. So this car is going to be driving during the turn. Let's say it's on gear 2 or gear 1, let's just say. It'll be its only activation. So this truck has to be in front of it for it to shoot it. So wherever I place that harpoon gun, it's going to be the direction it can shoot. Back, front, side, or whatever. So I figured to have it off the front because this truck's slower than most cars, so it can shoot from behind, harpoon something. I feel like you want it in the direction that the truck's facing because it has a ram in the front. We're going to put a ram, so that way you harpoon a vehicle, harpoon it, and then it's kind of stuck to you, and then you can harpoon it again and then like ram the shit out of it. That's the idea. But Gen Con's coming up in India. Okay, interesting. I'm not familiar with it. And hey, Jenny, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. You're working on moving furniture? Nice. Yeah, I've been doing furniture stuff in my room here, so. I spent most of yesterday organizing my fly tying material. All right. That's the idea, at least. I think we should do it forward-facing. That's my thought process. Because of the fact that it's going to be limited in the direction that it can shoot. You know what I mean? I kind of want to build like a little structure for it the harpoon gun can sit on. How can we do this? Ooh. I could like take the sprue, cut it, make little supports. The idea is I want to take like a toothpick or something, or like something, and glue it off the front of here and put a sharp end on it so it looks like it's a harpoon or something. Or maybe even make a thing with a string so you can have one with a string, one without, or something. I don't know. But yeah, I want this to sit on the front like this. I need to build like a little cage or something to glue it to. So what if we go like this? We glue this. I don't want to cover the exhaust pipes because I'm thinking about like, you can't cover the exhaust pipes, obviously. I'm going front forward facing. I mean, it makes sense though, right? The truck's slower than most other vehicles, so I feel like you want the harpoon on the front because you're gonna harpoon then ram. Either way, I can always change it, or I can always just buy a new truck and build a new one. Because let's think, you get 15. This is about $1 a Hot Wheel, or $1 a Matchbox at the price I got it on Amazon. So not too shabby. Build like a little platform here. And glue this. Build like a little structure in the back and enclose it so we don't need to worry about having a little dude. I don't have any little dudes. It'd be great if we had little dudes, but I don't have little dudes. So we could build like a little armor box or something maybe around it. Fuck it, let's just glue this into it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Or we can actually, shit, we might be able to take some of the tank chassis and just build like a little compartment back there. Some of this leftover like filament fibers off of here. Yeah, we're learning. This is early Gaslands. I'm sure once we get a couple games under our feet and I start building 240s and Pathfinder trucks or like cool stuff, or helicopters and gyrocopters. If you guys are interested in watching how this game works, I highly recommend checking out Game Nights, which is a YouTube channel that focuses on different tabletop games. And they do cool stuff where they'll like play Trench Crusade with like toys, actual toys, like Toy Story style, or they'll do really cool stuff like that. But they've done Gaslands and they did it really well, so I highly recommend checking it out. One of the guys themed their army like Mad Max, where there was the gyrocopter guy who had the snakes. You remember? From the original first Mad Max. So that was pretty cool. I don't know what colors, though. What color am I going with these guys? We got to pick a color, though. I guess we'll deal with that when I paint them, but... Okay, this is kind of heavy. It's a pain in the ass. I'm just going to have to hold it. Super glue is generally the fix of most issues. Just also like sticking in my hand at the same time. It's kind of annoying. Would it be easier to do it like this? Probably. So that's what we're gonna do. I gave up on the other one. We'll do it like this. Okay. Now, question is there anything like a armor panel that we can just straight up build like a box? By the way, I have this like tiger tank pieces. I kind of want to build like a mech out of a lot of these pieces. This is what I'm thinking. We build like an armored shell around this harpoon gun. I want it to look like kind of Mad Max-ish, you know, is the idea. That actually kind of looks cool. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Gaslands, gotta follow his channel. How's it going, John? How you doing? Oh, thanks, Damn Legion. Have a great stream. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we're just getting into Gaslands. We focus on a lot of games that I think... So this is the best way to describe the channel. We focus on miniature war games that are awesome, but don't get enough love. Bolt Action, Conflict, one-page rules, Turnip 28, now Gaslands. We're going to try some other games out in the future. But when it comes to a lot of the GW products or some of the other like more mainstream games, there's millions of people that make videos on them. So we kind of figured out our little niche, which is these amazing miniature war games that seems like not enough people make videos on, battle reports and stuff wise. So that's kind of what we focus on here. We do a lot of Conflict. That's like the main game we've been playing a lot, and that's what we've been having the most fun with because it just came out last fall. But we're starting to open up and get into some other games. And Gaslands is one I've been wanting to try for a while, so that kind of works. How do I like... I do have like a torso. I have an upper torso of a bolt action dude that was supposed to go in a tank. So we could stick a little dude up here. What if we like make a little platform for his... I kind of screwed myself in that regard. Can I just like jam this in there? Let me actually grab that sprue. I have a little bolt action, dude. Is it right here? Where is it? Here we go. This will work. This kind of works for a Hot Wheel size, too. Hope I just broke his arm. Damn it. That's okay. Yeah, this should work. It's a little big, I guess, for a Hot Wheels. Now I just for a Matchbox. Okay, we don't need to put that in. We're gonna build a little armor box or something. That's the thing. This is a much smaller scale than most stuff that we do. So this is like a hatch. Maybe we can build a little. Build a thin glue that on top or something. Love it. Just started painting Bolt Action and K47. Love Gaslands, Frostgrave, and Silver Bayonet. We were thinking Frostgrave's on the menu one day, for sure. Frostgrave seems like a lot of fun. It also seems like there's a lot into it. There's a lot of crunch in that game. So it'd be something that's like when we're all caught up with other games and we're ready to start a brand new game. Glue that like that. Let's do that. Yeah, and we have, like, for instance, like, you know, conflict fills a niche, turnip 28 fills a niche, one-page rules kind of covers everything. You know, bolt action very similar to conflict. But we don't have like a very vehicle-based game or like with driving mechanics. So I was like, dude, we got to try Gaslands out because this kind of fits, I feel like a good niche on the channel of a different type of game than we're already playing. And we generally do our battle reports kind of narrative, so it's going to be like, you know, voices, cinematics somewhat style, but edited down so we make them a little bit easier to watch instead of them being like an hour and 20 minutes, 2 hours long. They're like 40 minutes. Put a little hatch there. I still want to like enclose this area. I don't know how to do it gracefully. I guess we could just always glue more panels or like over it. Or around it. Like this. Build like a little area. That's what I'm going to do. Hot take, 40k only fills the niche of you can always find an opponent. I think it fills... No, don't get me wrong. I actually do enjoy like the game 40k and stuff. I think it fills a hyper competitive... It's naturally just competitive, super the way the game is. But it does have a certain, like, if you're super into, like, building, like, I would spend most of my time just building lists with 40k. I really loved making, like, Blood Angels lists and stuff and seeing how I could spend my points. That is one thing that I miss from Conflict. But on the flip side is the reason why it was so fun to make all those lists because there were a million options. And when you get into a million options in war games, it's like it can almost get too much. But I think there's such different, like, or I use Conflict all the time because that's what we film here on the channel a lot. But I think Warhammer does have a certain flavor and style to it with the game that I think it does do well. But I just end up not wanting to play the, like, super competitive, you know, hundreds of minis sort of war games nowadays. I like playing the more casual war games where there's also less models on the table because I have a pretty bad back, and after every Warhammer game, my back would just absolutely be destroyed. And I don't play something like Guards, but if I played my Orc army, oh my god, it would be miserable the next day for me. But, you know, it does have a certain thing, you know, where you have hundreds of models and, you know, you're spending your command points, you're doing this, you're like, you're like, I'm going to tank shock here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to win. You know, it's like, it's got that certain sort of thing to it, but hey, if only someone was making a race game and had no idea how to do it. Yeah, exactly. But that's what we're doing with our fishing game. I want to make a fishing tabletop war game because I tie flies for a living, and most of my life has been fishing related and orientated. And I would love to meld the wargaming with it, you know what I mean? Okay, we're going to need to put more panels glued onto here to cover up this gap. What I've learned is the more stuff, like I said, the more stuff you glue to it, the better. That's what we're going to do. Kind of make it like they were trying to fill gaps, use whatever chunks of metal they had to make this thing. And it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. Problem is everything's sticking to my hands at the same time. Tie Fly tabletop. There you go. Well, that's lost in there. That's all right. I ain't getting that out. It's got super glue on it, and it's inside of our custom cage we built. It ain't coming out. Like tank treads. We could wrap a tank tread around the back of this thing, actually. That would actually kind of be cool. Some of these tank treads bend nicely, and some of them just snap in half. Okay, we'll just glue it to it then. Whoa! Squig Herder Sean, hello weirdos. Coming in with the 5 gifted memberships going out to Jamie Mankiewicz, D.D. Kane, I love the name. Galv LeBlacco and Atlantis Anozo. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Sean, how's it going? What have you been up to, dude? That is way too kind, though, by the way, first off. If you end up getting a membership, make sure to say thank you to Sean. Enjoy the early access. I've made 1 million perspective K47 lists. It's addicting. It is good. It's just there's less options. You know what I mean? Because for Blood Angels, I had like 100 things to pick from. My answer is simple. Would be the price of entry. Yes, 100%. I made one official GW army, which is my Blood Angels, with the idea that I may go to a tournament one day, you know, because a lot of places don't allow 3D printed stuff or whatever. And that was it. After that, I bought a 3D printer, 3D printed a ton of Warhammer armies. Get fucked, GW. And yeah. I will say bolt action, like buying a bolt action starter box for $100 and getting an entire army kind of converted me to Warlord. Is kind of what happened. I got a bolt action US Winter Army kit off Amazon on sale for like $100, I think it was. Came with like literally a full winter bolt action army. I was like, oh my god. Conflict's a little bit pricier. Some of the stuff is a little pricier, but it's still extremely reasonably priced. But even, you know, we still 3D print a bunch of stuff. We'll 3D print walkers and all sorts of stuff, especially vehicles. But I love using the actual Warlord minis. They're some of my favorite minis around. But we need to replace some 3D printed stuff in the future with some official stuff. But one of the things is, like, I tie flies for a living and make YouTube videos that generally get about $6 a video. So I can't buy every single model from Warlord. So look, I'm 3D printing some stuff, but the idea is we're trying to show people all these units and teach people about conflict. So I think, you know, it's okay. I generally try to support Warlord when I can, though, or any companies that I do, that I enjoy. But yeah. Definitely couldn't get in all the mechs if we didn't 3D print some. Feel that I only have one faction. Can't imagine the overload of having too much more. Yeah. Well, that is one. So I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucks that I can't choose from 100 different units to build my conflict list. But on the other hand, it's good I don't have 100 different units to pick from my conflict list, because it's less things I need to remember while filming and playing, and it's just like, it's just not that sort of game, you know? But it does, you can definitely spend time and make lists and do all this stuff and try out different lists. There's like many different ways to play the Axis, you know? The Japanese have multiple ways you could play them, the Brits, the American, everybody. Because there's like pretty much any army can either do like infantry based and then, or like mechanized, right? But there's also like rift based, there's like, you know, the horror based armies with like monsters and stuff. It's all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, more's coming. And I like the way they're doing it. I like how they're not releasing a ton of it all, you know, like, or they're coming out with a new Space Marine Lieutenant every week, because it honestly gets too much, you know? And look, like, I was so busy, Festoon Europa, we haven't even recorded Festoon Europa, and they announced the American campaign for the Japanese, so, but if it was Warhammer, it'd be like there's a new like codex coming out, and there's this, that. So I think Warlord's schedule is good. It's like quick enough, but it's not too quick for someone like me, who I'm like, we haven't even covered Festoon Europa, and we're pre-ordering the Japanese book. So I really want to start making the Festoon Europa videos. That'll probably be the next conflict thing. But we had to finish up all of the Totenkor hordes, the brand new minis, and Rev's finally getting done with that. So that took a long time for him to work on. All right, can we build a harpoon for this thing? I also kind of want to build like a better ram. Is there a tank tread? A bigger tank tread? Yeah. Yeah. Give me a ram off the front of this thing, dude. Oh, I broke a piece. Oops. There we go. Kind of bend the tread a little bit. I kind of want to make it like where it's like a ramp almost. But this is kind of cool like that. But yeah, no, I want to build it out a little bit, huh? For sure. How do I do that? Oh, there's probably a metal tank panel I can use. Well, you could kit bash or style units to reflect inexperienced, regular, and veteran, and that would give you a different flavor. Yeah, but there is even just in between the lists. Like you could, for instance, you could go heavily Firefly and like mobile and jump units with Americans. You could go more for power armor and some mechs. You could go more infantry based, utilizing Paragons and then basic infantry and like have map control. There's definitely multiple ways you can build lists for conflict. For sure. I just mean there's less like unit types and stuff like that. But there are certainly many different play styles and options. I need like a little frame off the front of this thing. All this stuff's a little big though. What could I use? What else do I got? I could make like a makeshift. A little makeshift frame or something. Do I have anything in this bag? I almost feel like using screws are easier. Or what if I glued these to the belly? I don't know how secure. Oh, what if I jam these in here? Okay, that looks like that'll work. If I kind of whittle it down, that'll definitely get in there. Should be able to jam it in there. It's so freaking hot right now. Holy cow. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to think what I could get a little support to lay this armor piece on. I want to make it like angled, and then I can glue the tank tread to it is all. Can I just jam it in there? No, I need to whittle it. Vacuum after the stream. Okay, there we go. I was fly tying on stream last night and stuff was getting everywhere. Actually, we could probably just do this now or something and then make it look like there's some more bars reinforcing it. Or do we do something like this where it's like a ramp and then the metal on front? That actually does kind of look cool. That actually does kind of look cool. What if we take this, kind of like bend it a little? If I can get it to bend where I want it. Just kind of manhandle it. Glue that. Glue the other thing in front of it and on top. Let's see if this works. Look, when in doubt, just super glue the crap out of it, is what I've learned. Okay. It's okay, it looks like it's welds anyway. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work, and then maybe we can go in front. On top. I love the look of this tank tread, so I kind of want it to be like on top of this. I mean, that kind of just works like this if we build some other things. But yeah, I think we need something on top of this. Screw it. I'm gluing it on. Freaking... Gotta check. I found a tick on me yesterday. Like a deer tick, not even a dog tick. The ticks have been really bad this year. Particularly on Long Island. I don't know if I actually like this, but... I almost feel like it needs to be like this. Yeah. Okay, screw it. Screw it. We're doing this. It'd be nice if I could fit that in between these two things. I don't know if I can, though. And there's super glue everywhere, so I'm not trying to get my hands covered in super glue right now. Kind of like this better. Not a lot of contact points. Let's go cut this off. There you go, that's better. You know what? We'll just cut this flush too. God, there's fucking super glue everywhere, dude. Rev would be tripping out. He's like allergic to super glue. Me, I work with this stuff all day fly tying. My hands are like constantly covered in it. He told me though he has like almost like an allergic reaction to it, where he gets almost like his eyes get irritated, you know, everything, like his skin gets like super irritated. I've never had that though. I probably get super glue poisoning with how much I'm exposed to it. Doesn't seem to affect. Good news, lad, I'm back. We missed ya. Pumping Streets of Rage OST? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That was my first console, was a Sega Genesis. And we were visiting my grandpa and grandfather in California. Thousand Oaks. I'll never forget when I got that Sega Genesis. I was so pumped. Even though everyone was playing Nintendos back then, I was a Sega boy. It has a banging music on the Sega Genesis. This tank tread thing does not want to sit, but we're going to glue it. We're going to make it fit. Okay, that does not want to sit like that, so we need to fix that. Maybe we just individually glue pieces on there from the tread. Or does this work? What a super glue travesty this is. I'm fully committed at this point, though. So we're just gonna go with the flow here. Well, that should secure it if I can get it up top like that. Mega Drive, nice. Working today, you'll be in and out. Nice, nice. Yeah, we're not streaming super long tonight because I got to get back to editing the next video here. And I need to film a fly tying video for my other channel. But I just wanted to hop in and do some kit bashing. Honestly, it is so hot right now, dude. It's like, I'm dying. My room's got to be like 80 degrees or something with all the lights and cameras on and everything. Alright, well this really doesn't want to sit there. Okay, that's fine. Screw you, I guess. Guess we're going like this. We're just gonna like patch together tank treads on it. Fine, screw you. We'll do it this way. Clearly doesn't want to cooperate, so. Yeah, we'll do it like this. This works. Ooh. Oh, this is a smaller tread. Okay, that makes sense. Feel that? Some accelerator would be nice. Yeah, I've never used accelerator in my life, which is hilarious. I work with super glue all the time. Some accelerator would absolutely do the job, but I'm stubborn, so I don't have any, and I refuse. Instead, I'll just super glue the crap out of my hands, like I usually do. In fly tying or miniatures. Can we get another little flat panel on this corner? There you go. You know, that looks kind of rammy. Looks kind of rammy. We gotta stabilize it, though. Oh, that might actually work. That might actually work there, mate. How the hell did I do it? Like this? No. That works, I think. Freaking gluing my hand everywhere like a dumbass. Okay. Just I kind of want to jam it in there. You know, it probably would have been smart to like fit it and then super glue it, but whatever. I'll glue a panel on the side of that. Cover that up. Yeah, you know, the accelerator does help. This is like generic Amazon super glue. It dries really quick. It's really nice for fly tying. It works great for miniatures too. But sometimes I have issues. But yeah, it's not too bad for the most part. The whole idea is just make it look like this is a haphazard, pieced together piece of junk. I think we did a good job. There's still more work to do, like more armor plating on the doors and stuff like that, which I probably got to do at some point. Like glue that somewhere around here or something. Yeah, that works. All right. Like a giant ass. This is like, let's just take a bunch. The whole idea is like, if you were going to make a ram, you would have like steel beams on the inside, but like really nicely welded and set up. And then you'd probably just take like heavy pieces of sheet metal and weld it on there. But the idea here is like, they just took whatever they could. So they're adding a bunch of massive momentum. They built like a giant freaking battering ram / like arrowhead to like just a bunch of weight and momentum on the front of the truck to like fucking take it out. The harpoon though, I do want to add a string, so let's take this. If we can like make it look like there's like a rope or a string or something, you know what I mean? Go like this and then have like a something in it or something. Maybe I can glue that somewhere around here. Oh! These are actually Hot Wheels. I forgot, or Matchbox. That thing went rolling off the table. Oh, I can't wait to do the video for this. I'm so tempted to do the I wanna Tokyo, but I'm not. That was a meme. We used to play that in my Trans Am. We'd go like drifting at the beach parking lots and stuff, or whatever. We'd go driving in my buddy's RX-7 or like my Trans Am. We'd listen to the Tokyo Drift soundtrack. I wanna Tokyo. If you see me when you mean it, then you know I have to go. Fast and Furious! Drip, drip, drip. If I can glue this to the bottom, that would be sick. But I guess I kind of want to go inside of it. Like, let's say the harpoon was like that. But I kind of don't mind if it also goes like this. I guess the cool thing would be to glue this to an actual harpoon thing, and I can be like, whoosh, but that doesn't. We'll just glue it like this. Very nice. I have thousands of Hot Wheels Matchbox cars. I might need to get into Gaslands. All you got to do is buy the rule book, and you're playing. You're good to go. Warlord does have a D-Day sale. Yep, you buy 3, get 1 free. The one thing is, though, it was like very limited on what they actually had. I'll take a look right now. That's not what I'm trying to do. Because I believe it's just these miniatures. Because look, German heavy weapons platoon, German heavy weapons platoon. So it just re-shows the same things. So it's everything from here up. So you got a German Grenadier Starter Army, which is somewhat tempting. I just don't know if I want to get a whole one. They do have sprues, so if you guys want, you could get 4 British Commando sprues for $45 instead of $60. So keep that as an option. I might do it for something like, oh, here we go, Africa Corps sprue, but this one's 20. But I could get 4 Africa Corps sprues for $60. But is that cheaper than just getting an Africa Corps box? I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think you're better off getting a box. But yeah, this is what they have. So you could get different stuff. They have the army books as well. I guess technically I do need to get a... I don't think I have a German army book. I don't think I do. Anyways, there is a buy 3, get 1 free. But from what I can tell, it's just this stuff onwards. So it's really like there's like U.S. Airborne sprues, Africa Corps, there are some Ranger sprues, some British sprues you could get. Or some of these like smaller platoons or whatever. I'm pretty broke right now. That's why I built my own Wotan. Yeah. Well, that's all you need. Look, don't, play what you got. You already got stuff, you know what I mean? So, I will say, though, that's one of the reasons why I pick Gaslands. I like games that are cheap to get into. You just buy, like, a rule book or, like, one-page rules. You don't need to spend a single dollar to play one-page rules, for instance. That's the reason why we got into it here on the channel, you know? Okay. I think I want to get a toothpick. Wouldn't a toothpick be, like, a great harpoon, I feel like? I don't have any, though, so... But let me see what are my other options here. I do have these, like, rods. If I cut these in half, glue 2 together. But that's very similar width. I want something smaller than the turret. Yeah, I think probably the best bet would be to get a actual, like, toothpick. And cut a toothpick. Put that on the front. With, like, a big arrowhead, or, like, a broadhead looking thing. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything thin enough like that right now. I'll have to go downstairs and get something. Man, I think that works pretty good, though. I guess let's see. Can we glue up any, like, armor on this thing? Yeah. Oh my god, I have so much super glue in my hands. I'm such an idiot. Normally, I don't get this much on my hands. I kind of really didn't care about it today or being careful, and I paid the price. There's so much super glue on my fingers and hands. Oh, come on. That was right in there. Not catching anywhere. Get on there. There we go. This is where the accelerator would help big time. I don't want to cover the window. How much do 1,000 die-cast cars weigh? That's a good question. Probably a lot. I will say one of these, I don't know what they weigh, but I mean, they got a little heft to them. For sure. Like, if you took this and full speed slammed it into someone's toe, it would probably hurt. I'm trying to think, was a real world situation where a Matchbox car would hurt you or something. Alright. What is it? Shh. Yeah, you stupid ad. I'll probably get copy strike because of that stupid ad. Alright. It's like the American Heart Association. I'm like, shut up! Hey, how's it going, Mike from LI Flies Mike? And today we're going to be tying a variation. I'm on my liked playlist from Mike Rolls Dice, and it's my LI Flies Mike video. Didn't I just have a piece? Did it just disappear on me? I think it did, didn't it? Where'd it go? It went somewhere. Just glue some more crap to it. Damn, could you hear that? Could you hear that bird on the microphone? It's got a really loud call. You need some nail polish remover? I'm just gonna peel the skin off, the dead skin off my fingers or whatever, you know what I mean? I'll just like do this under the water is what I do. It'll get it off. I've dealt with it many, many times. I've dealt with it many, many times. Oh, is that the piece I was looking for? That is the piece I was looking for. It was on my super glue bottle. That makes sense. Can I glue a piece here or something? Yeah, a little sloppy today with the super glue, but you know, that's alright. Rev's like cringing right now if he's watching this. Alright, let me get this last piece on here. Oh my god, the super glue. This is the most reckless I've ever been with super glue usage in quite a while. And I use it every day. My fly tying. It gets to a point though where I'm like, screw it, whatever. I got super glue all over my hands anyway. Last but not least, maybe like a little cage around the back with the tank treads. Or just something like this. I kind of want to leave it open because I do like the idea of having like a tow hitch or like something on the back, you know? See, if you just glue, the more stuff you glue onto things, the better it looks after a while. That's what I've learned. And I love the spiky bits of these tank treads. It fits nicely into the kind of Mad Maxy theme, you know? You know, Mad Maxy? It sounds way less cool when you say Mad Maxy, by the way. Yeah, mate, Mad Maxy. Classic. I don't know what accent I'm doing, by the way. So don't get offended whether you're English or Australian or whatever. Okay. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Maybe like a piece here. Master Blaster. Rubbing alcohol in a file, yep. One is like 20, 30 grams, right? So 250 kilograms. Buddy, this is America, all right? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay? Well, I do know grams. So let's see, 20, 30 grams. So that's about an ounce of weed. One matchbox is close to about an ounce of weed. I do know that. Okay. Gotcha. It's Mad Maxing. Shut up. I didn't even know what this whole maxing thing, or mogging, you know, like mog maxing or whatever that the kids say. I had no idea what that shit was until recently. That's funny. I am going to glue something on the back, but I'm going to leave it somewhat open. Yeah, we're super glue maxing right now, is what we're doing, by getting it all over my hands and shit. Oh my god, look at that. The two grooves in the tank treads are the perfect distance for the Hot Wheels grooves on the bed of the truck. Damn it, why can't I sit it on there now, though? There we go. It was like perfect. Now it's not so perfect, but whatever. Screw it. Glue it all together. Call her a day. Can the wheels still move? This wheel can't move. We gotta fix this area. Damn it. Alright, screw that piece. I'm leaving that piece off. And screw that piece. I got super glue everywhere. Bullshit. Never heard anyone with such a speech impediment before. You just haven't been to the right areas in England. You haven't been down to Bristol, mate. You've been with fish and chips. Alright? You haven't been to Manchester on a Friday night. Seen a dude that's gotten too many head injuries from football. Okay? Oi, mate, you get your bloody Hot Wheels and my super glue all over my fingers, mate. I'm leaving it the way it is. Might be time to swap to some putty. Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll build a little cage around it. Okay. Well, I think I've officially lost about 5 pounds streaming today, chat, by the way. Totally like a Bristolian. Those Bristolians from Bristol. Yes, of course. The Bristolians. What do you call it? Yeah, so I probably want to leave this open because you can, like, stick a trailer hitch in the back. But I kind of want to build, like, something around it. Maybe I'll just glue like this. I will say, too, this finish on the Matchbox makes it a little bit harder to glue stuff because it's, like, got a proper finish on it, metal finish, but you can work with it. You just got to be patient. I'm not being patient, but that's fine. All right, well, there we go. There's our jank-ass looking harpoon truck with a ram, and then we got our Bentley with a minigun. Last but not least, we have a Mini Cooper, but I'm going to do that off-stream. Build a little roll cage and throw a Space Marine bolter on there, and we'll be good to go. It's hot all over. The sun is a deadly laser. It's true. It's true. It's probably... I don't know where you are. It might be hotter or not. It's probably way hotter where Tiki is right now than it is for me, but I just don't have a AC that's working at the moment, and there's just no airflow, and it's just fucking, like, sweating balls right now, you know? I forgot you're a Yank and aren't taught basics like math. Who needs math when you have Google AI and you have cell phones? Okay? You guys still do math over there, Ed Scart? Ridiculous. Who needs a Texas Instrument when I got Google AI? Google, tell me the circumference of an orange. Yes. Forget math. We got meth. Now we're talking. That's the American way, baby. Hell yeah. And if you actually end up in the meth world enough, you'll learn some basic math when you're selling like kilos and shit too. You gotta think about that. You're Wisconsin, it's 86. God damn, it's hot as fucking Wisconsin. And I know you got mosquitoes over there too. For sure. Alright, chat. Well, what do you call it? We got a couple Gaslands cars done. I'll paint these up. I still gotta do the harpoon on here. I'm gonna get a toothpick and do a toothpick and then make like a little harpoon point. And yeah, do another car or something like that. But that's good. We got a couple trucks done, or a truck and a Bentley station wagon. And I'm just gonna build what I'm not gonna like worry about what they're actually equipped with too much. I feel like, I mean, I do want them to have like have a harpoon gun, but I'm just gonna build what I think's cool. I mean, you can always say it's got a minigun, it's got a machine gun, it's got this, But that's what I tend to do is I build like what I think looks cool and what I think is cool. So that's what I'm going to stick to with these. But all right, chat. Well, hopefully you appreciated it, or hopefully you enjoyed. I don't care. You don't have to appreciate it. I'm just here. I'm here streaming it, so I'm not alone while I'm doing the mini stuff. I appreciate you folks hanging out with me while I do some hobby-related activities. So I appreciate it. We are going to be working on our fishing war game at some point, but next weekend we'll probably end up painting something or maybe doing more hobby or more kit bashing sort of stuff. We'll see. But I'm sure I have like fireflies. I have some fireflies I got to paint. We're going to have this Gaslands stuff I have to paint. We might be printing some more one-page rules stuff, we'll see, or working on more bolt action stuff. So we're going to have some hobby stuff to do. And I do want to work on that fishing game in the future, so I'll keep working on that from time to time. Tackle the apocalypse, that's right. So we're just going to come up with something simple, ultra simple, pretty much based off like one-page rules, but like tweaking some things. And then we got to start with something, and then we can go from there. We have a bunch of ideas, and we have to start with like a game and mechanics, very base, simple. And then we can expand from there. That's what I want to do, so... And it's not that this isn't going to probably be done for a year or two, who knows, but it's something we'll work on for fun on the streams and stuff. So, but chat, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you folks have an awesome weekend. I gotta tackle my beard is what I gotta do. This thing's getting out of control. But real quick, I want to say thank you to we had Rudy coming in with the Czech, not Marks, the Czech Franks, I think they're called, was it? And we had Tiki coming in with the gift membership and Squig Herder coming in with the 5 gifted. So very, very kind to you. Yeah, I need a foundation, exactly. So, but chat, thank you so much for hanging out. Just a nice little chill Gaslands hobby stream. We'll be streaming again next Saturday. We have a new one-page rules Grimdark Future Firefight Skirmish Battle Report that's coming out early next week. That's what I'm working on tonight. And then we have a conflict battle report, U.S. versus Axis, that's coming out after that. And tomorrow we are filming a large scale one-page rules Grimdark Future, 2,000 points of Guard versus Emperor's Children, but on one-page rules. So I'm excited for that. So that's going to give us our like Warhammer fix, but with way less complicated rules. So much easier for me to make a video on, so I'm excited about it. But chat, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you folks have an awesome weekend. And I'm going to be getting back to some cleaning, organizing, and editing, and filming as well. So we'll see you soon. But thank you again to Ed Scar. Thanks for hanging out, Ed. Appreciate it, brother. We'll link up eventually and play something on tabletop. Bob's your uncle, Cosmic. Let's see who else we had here. John, appreciate it. Mankiewicz, or got the gifted. Yep, sorry. I think we got, or Jenny as well. Damn Legion, and Camel Eggs on Twitch. Appreciate chat. You folks have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you soon for a battle report on the channel. Right? You take it easy, chat.